Hello, Hawkeye fans. This is Ben McCullum, the head coach of the Iowa men's basketball team. Returning to Iowa City as the head coach is a dream come true. The passion of Iowa fans is unmatched, and I'm incredibly excited to get started on this new journey together. I look forward to seeing our fans on campus across the state and throughout the nation. Here's to big things coming and an exciting future ahead. Go Hawks!
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
All-pro great and former Hawkeye George Kittle knows how to have a good time, on and off the field. After agreeing to a 4-year contract extension worth $76 million with the San Francisco 49ers recently, making him the highest-paid tight end in NFL history, George went out and took in a WWE card, then attended a Grateful Dead concert at the Sphere in Vegas with several of his teammates. Entering the final year of his 5-year contract, the 49ers showed just how much they value Kittle's effectiveness in Coach Kyle Shanahan's offense. Kittle snared 78 passes in 15 games last season, 8 for touchdowns. Kittle attacks football with leadership and enthusiasm for the game and his teammates, says 49ers general manager John Lynch. Well, that extends to life in general, whether it's blocking defenders into next week or volunteering at a food bank or supporting the military community. Born in Madison, reared in Oklahoma City, George Kittle starred at Iowa City West before he was offered a scholarship by Coach Kirk Ferentz. Dad Bruce was a star lineman, 4-year letter winner, and co-captain for Hayden Fry's 1981 Rose Bowl team. George owes a lot to Dad, Mom Jan, and wife Claire for keeping him well-balanced and sensible with his competitive drive to success.
And like each day is just so unique. Like you can have a bad day and the next day could be the best day of your life, whether that's, in real life or just in sports. So just to keep attacking it every single day. And then, when you have parents that, give you a bunch of love to support you, it makes it kind of easier to go out there and, reach for it. You don't feel scared if you're going to fail or something like that. So just having that support behind you was pretty big. And they did a fantastic job. And then my wife has just done a phenomenal job since I've been in the league. And she's kind of helped me, she's probably the most confident person I know. So if I just get a little bit of her confidence, it helps me tremendously out throughout football. And, my family just does such a good job of supporting me, eliminating off the field distractions, and they kind of just reinforce me and allow me to be my best self every single day. So that's kind of why I am today and why hopefully I'll be playing for a long time.
Yeah, that's important. Family is the very backbone. And, yet when you arrived at Iowa in 2012 as a freshman, I went back and looked this up. You found C.J. Fedorowicz, our buddy Ray Hamilton, Jake Doozy, and cousin Henry Krieger-Kobel all battling for minutes at the tight end position. I mean, that was a crowded, aggressive, hard-driving room, wasn't it?
Hey, and Steve Ferentz. Oh, we were fresh. Yeah, we were freshmen together. Yeah, and Steve, which was fantastic. Yeah, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I ended with Zach Derby was my freshman year as well. He was a 5th-year senior. So yeah, it was a very thick room. I was very aware that based on where I was just in my body, from being like 195 pounds and 6'2", I was pretty certain I wasn't going to play my first year. And so I was just trying to be a sponge and absorb all the information I possibly could. Because Coach Ferentz says the best, I don't know crap about crap. Don't know it. Just don't know it. And I knew nothing then, and I know a little bit more now.
You don't know what you don't know, right? But I would think you look at that list, the personalities, the size of Fedorowicz. I mean, you had to be impressed. You had to learn a little bit from every one of those guys, I would think.
You know what? I really did. I think like a big life jacket for me was having Henry there, just as my cousin, like someone who he was just going to put his arm around me. And I don't think he ever Henry never went so far out of his way, just to make sure I was doing okay. It was just like an everyday, just a continual check-in. We would hang out all the time. And he was very good about that. And he was very good at too, I would say, one of the descriptions is people drink the Kool-Aid, Henry was the most non-Kool-Aid drinker of all time, which was kind of good for me to see both sides of it. And so that was helpful for me. Jake Doozy and Ray Hamilton were awesome in the room. They were very fun, big personalities. And what I really enjoyed about the tight end room was everybody hung out all the time. whether you're, going downtown, going to a movie, whatever it was, like the tight ends were together a lot. So that was really fun for me. That was fun too. I literally talked to CJ Fedorowicz last week on the phone for about 20 minutes. Yeah, he's still a massive human being living down in Florida, just a large person. So yeah, no, it's fun. Like I have built relationships then that I'm still, working on them to this day. So it's pretty fun.
And I remember how frustrated you were those first couple of years at Iowa. You'd snake bitten by injury after injury. And your last two seasons as a Hawkeye, you exploded. You grabbed 40 passes, over 600 yards, and 10 touchdowns. And that really got the attention not only of NFL scouts everywhere, but I know it gave you a lot of confidence going forward. And a player in George Kittle who can block and catch, it helped that C.J. Beathard blossomed around that time with you. I know you became fast friends and obviously future NFL teammates. And I know CJ means a lot to you professionally and in your personal life.
He does. I think one of my favorite stats is that I played football with CJ Beathard longer than anybody else in my career. We did 9 straight years together. So 5 at college, 4 in the NFL. I'll be close on that. Me and Kyle Juszczyk we're on year 9 this year, so I'll tie it. But playing with CJ, just like growing up with him in college, doing dumb stuff together, but like not too dumb. Just learning from experience, and like he became, the golden boy. He was like the face of Iowa football the last 2 years that we were there, and just kind of being able to hang out with him, just be around him and his family has been fantastic. And like when you get to go to an NFL team, it's the locker room's completely different. You're off with like 70 guys of different backgrounds, different colleges, different everything. And having someone, a good friend of yours that you can play with just kind of makes the transition a little easier. So CJ was fantastic, especially for me in my early development in the NFL, just helped me be comfortable. So I feel like when you're good friends with a quarterback, you go over all the plays all the time because the playbook's a little bit more dense than it is in college. I'm looking at it right now because I got to install a concept for my tight end meeting in 20 minutes. So just getting up on that. But yeah, having CJ around has been the best. And he comes in the off season, he throws to us 2-3 days a week, March, April, June, July. So that's always been really fun. And it's fun too, because he always brings up his kids, which is hilarious. And so you see Lila running around the field and stuff like that. It's fantastic to be just continuing to be friends with him.
Time moves on. Speaking of quarterbacks, I know Brock Purdy understands where George Kittle is every snap. And
I hope so.
I love the good-natured ribbing you guys have every year, Iowa State Week, with that wager that you annually put up. What are the hallmarks, George, the characteristics of Brock Purdy that has made him so crucial to the 49ers' success?
Ooh, I think one of my favorite things about him is he's just so down to earth and so humble. And I think that helps him a lot. Like when you get thrust into being the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, you're standing on some pretty tall shoulders there of guys who have done it before, guys who have won a lot of football games, Hall of Famers, like some of the best ever, throw a football. And he just he holds it with grace and he holds it like with this humbleness. And he also like attacks it every single day. Like I really appreciate Brock since his rookie year. Like he has the same mindset of just like, I'm going to study, I'm going to learn, I'm going to take care of my body. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to try my best today. And he obviously his like routine and all that stuff has evolved because the longer you play, the more stuff you learn, you find out what works for you and your body and your mind. But like just watching his process, I've just really appreciated it. Cause like, I've never seen Brock take it, try to shortcut anything. And like when you have guys like that are leading your franchise, leading the team, it just builds up everybody around them. So he leads by example. He talks when he needs to, and he's fantastic in a huddle too. That's one thing I've appreciated. I've played with, I think I'm on quarterback 9 or 10. Like that's how many quarterbacks I've played with in my 9 years. And there's a couple of them that when they like get into a huddle and they talk, it's like all the ears, all the eyes just snap to attention. And it's not something that like you just have it. I think, and I don't know, but like ever since Brock started doing it, we're all like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. And when you step into the huddle with confidence, it makes everybody around you more confident.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
This is the sound of grilling season. It's time to get back to cookouts, to gathering with friends and family, and making memories. And with Hy-Vee's lower prices on thousands of items all over the store, you can still get the best quality meat and everything else you need for your barbecues at prices that will make you smile. Get back to grilling for less, with a little help from Hy-Vee.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products, we've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
There's a new head Hawk in town. Ben McCullum is entering his first season as the Iowa men's basketball coach. McCullum is striving to continue his winning ways in Iowa City. Join us for the new era of Iowa basketball. Reserve your season tickets for the 2025-26 season today. Give us a call at 1-800-IA-HAWKS to learn more. On Iowa, go Hawks. Your head coach, Kyle Shanahan, tabbed you starting tight end your rookie year. He saw the talent, the confidence in you, which I know you've appreciated from day one. What makes Kyle Shanahan's offensive brilliance so successful for so many years, and where George Kittle fits in?
I think things I love about Kyle's offense is one, it's like it has like the same like he wants to run outside zone. He wants to get guys in space. He wants to give guys the opportunity to get a lot of yards after catch. And while like a lot of the foundation of the offense is very similar to when I started as a rookie, it has evolved so much. And I appreciate that because he brings in coaches around him who like have ideas and they ways, make the offense, tweak the offense a little bit. And the way that it's changed and evolved is just, it evolves like with our team. Like the way that it changed when we were doing a lot of stuff with Deebo Samuel in the backfield or, certain plays with him, how it evolves when we got Christian McCaffrey. It's fun to see like just the ebbs and flows of this offense and just being a part of it for so long. And also seeing the staples that are, still there today. Like when you watch outside zone, you see me and Kyle Juszczyk double teaming an outside linebacker. And that's a play that's been there since, day one. And it changed a little bit, but I really appreciate that. And I also think our coaching staff just does a really good job about putting guys in positions to succeed and like not just putting a guy out there and be like, oh, this is what you have to do. And we know you might not be the best at this, but you got to do it anyways. They put guys where they're going to succeed at. And I think that's very key to having a successful team in an offense.
As we wrap it up with all-pro tight end George Kittle, I saved the best for last. Your previous mentor, Kirk Ferentz, is about to become college football's all-time winningest coach. He's one behind Woody Hayes. Once he gets past the great Ohio State mentor, he is at the top of the mountain.
He's one win away.
One win away from Coach Hayes.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah, holy shnikes is right. He's already passed guys like Shem Beckler and Amos Alonzo Stagg, who invented the game. But obviously, Kirk's a future Hall of Famer, and I know he's meant so much to the program and the community of Iowa City for over 30 years. What to you has been the key to his staying power, and what makes him so special?
Growing up an Iowa fan, meeting Kirk when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. I remember the first time I went to an Iowa football practice, he gave me one of the practice, like a ball out of one of the practice bags. I still have it at my house. It's very deflated now, but like, I just don't, he's probably one of the most famous people in the state of Iowa, and he never acts like it. He's never too big for anybody. He's always kind. He always goes out of his way to help. The way that he gives back to the Iowa Children's Hospital, like he's not too big for Iowa. Like he embodies the state of Iowa great. He embodies the people of Iowa perfectly. And like one of my favorite things about having him as a coach is he does such a good job about teaching you how to like grow up and become like a man going from college, because 95% of the kids that get there as 18-year-olds have no idea, and me included. And the lessons that he teaches you, the things that you learn from him, it's just, I wish that everybody could get that experience, because it's unique and I don't think everybody does it. And he truly does. When he talks about, hey, I want you, the hardest thing you can do is to go to Iowa. If you graduate, you did it right. And like saying that to a football team is pretty cool, because when you're the head football coach, like, oh, I want you to be a good football player, he doesn't care about that. Show up, become responsible, become a man, and graduate. And like when you have a leader like that, it's really easy to play for someone like that.
The 31-year-old Kittle starts his 9th NFL season this fall, continuing the birthright of great Hawkeye tight ends in the Kirk Ferentz era that has produced the likes of Dallas Clark, T.J. Hawkinson, Tony Moeaki, Noah Fant, Sam Laporta, Scott Chandler, Brandon Myers, and on and on. I'm Gary Dolphin. Thanks for tuning into this week's Fight for Iowa podcast. We'll talk again next week. Go Hawks!
You've been listening to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Hawkeye fans, remember to hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. Once you become a Fight for Iowa podcast subscriber, you'll automatically receive the latest episodes of the Fight for Iowa podcast, the Hawkeyes Voice podcast, Hawk Talk replays, exclusive game day content, and more. Until next time, on Iowa, and go Hawks! The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.